I'm Susan Lucci. Welcome back to the Working Women's Survival Hour. If you're a working mother, then you know better than anyone the agony that comes from searching for the answer to the question, who will care for my child while I go to work? I could never have done it without the help of my mother in the beginning. And later I was so fortunate to find the fabulous Frida to come in here to my home to care for my children while I went to work. But I still wonder if I'm doing the right thing, and I still often feel guilty. I think no matter what the level of success on the job, child care remains one of the most pressing dilemmas for any working family.
I think the greatest sacrifice is mothering, you know. I desperately have wanted to have another child, and I have 2 years to make that, you know, that's my limit, that I will ask my husband for 2 years. And until I get this whole thing more together, I don't think that, it is amazing how consuming a business is. I had no idea. And I don't see when it's ever not going to be.
Well, I've been a single working mother since Shauna was 6 weeks old, and it was hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. In fact, you know, I almost have to remind women who are staying home taking care of children that that's infinitely harder than coming to work and running a magazine or running any kind of business. It really is. Because I can see the rewards of my labor immediately every time an issue rolls off the press, and you have to wait years to see the rewards of rearing a child.
I mean, if I had come home every day from the DA's office and found my kids screaming and carrying on to my husband, I would have said, forget it. I'm just not going to do it. It would have been too hard. You can't bear fighting at home with an unsupportive family. And if you can't work out an agreement, and you have a choice as to whether or not you are going to work outside the home, then it's not worthwhile doing the latter. If you have to work, then I think it's essential that you sit down and say, look, guys, this has to be done, and we've got to have an understanding that I need help.
We're the only industrial democracy in the whole world that doesn't have a national system of child care. It's outrageous. And we could. When we wanted women to get into the war plants during World War II, we suddenly had nurseries and child care centers in the war plants. We could do it if we wanted to.
Washington, D.C., a city with more working mothers than any other in the country. Mothers who need answers to the difficult question of quality child care.
Almost. There you got it. Good. Super. Yeah, you're almost finished.
9 years ago, former teacher Judy Griese was a mother who wanted to go back to work and still provide child care for her own daughter. The search took her back to where she started, home sweet home.
I asked a neighbor about references, and she told me about the Fairfax County Office for Children that gave referrals. So I sent for the information, and with that information came a little brochure for those who wanted to become a family daycare provider. I had not even heard that term before.
Family daycare means child care in a home setting, the perfect solution to Judy's dilemma of caring for her daughter and going back to work.
They offer a 40-hour course, and then after completion of that course, and other things, you're eligible to be on their list. I had always wanted to have my own preschool or nursery school. So to me, this was it. This was perfect.
There were lots of parents out there looking for someone like Judy. Artist Nancy McIntyre was one of them.
However much time you want to work a day, you can't do it with a child. But as he got older, you know, I wanted to work more than 2 hours a day, and I found sitters for a while because it was summertime, and it was horrible.
Judy runs her home like a business, with each parent signing a contract.
Are you ready for this? It's hokey pokey time.
Judy usually cares for 5 children at a time for about $100 per week per child. Her hours, 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and within reason, she's flexible to meet working parents' needs.
They need to have the physical, the emotional, the intellectual, and the social. When those 4 criteria are met with a variety of age-appropriate stimulating activities, then that's what I believe is a quality program.
We've been going here almost 2 years, and I think she's wonderful. I really swear by family daycare.
Family daycare like Judy's is the answer for 37% of all working women with children under 5. But other parents need a different